Hello everyone and welcome back to another railfanning video, and in today's video we're railfanning on some more former Baltimore and Ohio territory, specifically the town of Deshler, Ohio. Deshler is located in northwestern Ohio, about 45 miles southwest of Toledo. This town is sometimes called the Crossroads of the B&O because it is here that you can find the intersection of two former B&O mainlines. Like the rest of the B&O system, these tracks are now owned by CSX and divided up into three separate subdivisions. Running north and south is the Toledo subdivision, running west of the Diamond is the Garrett subdivision, and running east is the Willard subdivision. There's also three Y connections between the two tracks: northwest, southwest, and southeast. And between the Southwest Y and the Diamond sits Deshler's Crossroads Park, where railfans can hang out and watch trains all day long. And speaking of trains, the signal on track 1 for the Willard sub has just turned green, letting us know that a train is about to come eastbound. It's a priority intermodal train with an ID of QO10. About an hour later, train U610 showed up, an eastbound train carrying empty coal cars. Meanwhile, on the Toledo sub, the signal for the main line has just turned green, meaning that a southbound train is about to come through. One of the cool aspects of Deshler is that these color position light signals, or CPLs, once owned by the B&O, still see heavy usage on these tracks. It's a really rare sight to see working CPL signals, especially in 2021. The train approaching is Q203, a combination of Autoracks cars and Intermodal cars coming out of Walbridge, Ohio and bound for Louisville, Kentucky. He slowly transfers over from the Willard sub onto the Toledo sub through the Southeast Y. Deshler has a single tornado siren located downtown which sounds off every day at noon. Here comes the CSX DPU, or Distributed Power Unit. These engines are placed throughout the train to distribute the power, hence the name, so that the train can be pushed through this tight curve without derailing. Back on the Willard sub, the eastbound signal for track 1 is displaying a red over yellow. This signal is called medium approach, and it tells the crew to proceed with caution while going no faster than 30 miles per hour. In this case, because train U610 was slow to clear up, you can still see it down there in the distance. The next train is Q353, coming from Chicago, Illinois, and heading over to Marysville, Ohio, where it will pick up Autorack cars from the Honda plant. Apart from the tracks themselves and the diamond, Deshler has some pretty interesting structures that remind us of a railroad age long past. On the northeast corner of the diamond in this shot, you can see the old B&O signal tower, now owned by CSX. Even though the tower still stands today, it's used as an equipment storage area for the maintenance of way crews. And across the diamond from the signal tower stands a very old B&O depot. Here's what the old station used to look like back in the 1950s. The station has been defunct ever since the chassis system bought the B&O, but the station was even more heavily damaged 20 years ago when a train derailed and crashed into the south side of the station, and rumor has it that the building will be torn down soon. And finally, if you follow the Toledo tracks northward into town, you will find a large grain tower. The next train is something special. It's train K676, carrying loaded ethanol tanks from Chicago, Illinois to Baltimore, Maryland, but it's pulled by 2 Canadian National locomotives. I barely had enough time to set up for the next train. This is Q191, an intermodal train from North Baltimore, Ohio, heading to Global 4 Yard in Joliet, Illinois. Going back to the old CPL signals, this is my favorite set of signals on the Toledo sub just because of the cantilever that they're mounted on. SafeTran is the name of the company that makes modern signals like on the Willard and Garrett subdivisions, but their cantilevers are always rectangle shaped, so this arched one is a rare sight to see. Meanwhile, farther up north, the same signal from earlier has changed from a red to a diagonal yellow, meaning another train is about to come through the Southeast Y. The train is Q509, a mixed freight train coming from Detroit, Michigan and heading down to Cincinnati, Ohio. The next train is W207, empty coal cars from Newport News, Virginia to Whiting, Indiana. The next train came through shortly after, first on a yellow signal, and then, as the coal train got far enough ahead, a green signal. This is train Q201, a westbound mixed freight. This is the first time I've ever seen a locomotive consist consisting entirely of yellow nose 2 painted engines, the paint scheme from which this YouTube channel got its name. Next up, here's Q171, an intermodal train coming from North Baltimore, Ohio, and heading to Los Angeles, California, and being pulled by BNSF engines. Evening is finally beginning to descend on Deshler, and if you ask me, there's nothing cooler than seeing those CPL signals lit up even after nearly 100 years in service. Next train is Q169, a short intermodal train carrying only 8 sets of well cars. There's another eastbound green signal on the Willard sub. This is our last train of the day, and it's Q016, another eastbound priority intermodal train. Thank you all for watching this video, if you've made it this far. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, share with your friends, or subscribe if you're new to my channel. Also, if you want to watch the trains in Deshler but you can't make it over, there's a live feed of the Diamond hosted by virtualrailfan.com. Just click the link in the description and it will take you straight to the video. This video is not sponsored by Virtual Railfan. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.